In this video, we're going to see Cheryl get on the Rocky Mountaineer. We'll see the process for that, and we're going to take the first part of the train journey. This video will cover about the first third of day one. Now, I've edited out a lot of the scenery and things that were in it. It was an amazing trip. We really enjoyed it. We'll see and hear about a couple of ghost towns. We'll see quite a few other interesting things along the way. For the most part, I'm going to let you hear the commentary of the onboard crew because they know their story better than I do. And associated with that, I'm going to put a little music in the background. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, let me know if this is a train ride you'd like down in the comments. Also, I'll send you some reminders to subscribe and like the video. Enjoy.
Off we did the first couple trips. There was a bagpiper out front. I don't know if they'd be able to find us all the way out.
Yeah, I don't think we get any bagpipers in Moab.
This is England. This isn't Canada. I think you could like this out. You just have some country music singers.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing today? Love to hear it. So wave off our destinations team there. Bye, guys. But anyway, welcome aboard the Rocky Mountaineer. We're very excited to have you on today. We just have a beautiful day for you planned. We have some showers over there to the west. Don't worry, we're going east. We'll leave the showers behind us and go into the beautiful blue skies back towards Glenwood. Now, I'd like to introduce the team here that's going to be taking care of you over the next 2 days. So directly to my left-hand side, this is Ray. Ray is going to be our culinary host, preparing all the food for us over the next 2 days. And then walking up the aisle here, this is Cheryl. Now Cheryl might be your favorite person on the entire train. She's going to be our bartender. So just here in a few minutes, we'll have the lounge bar opened. We'll make a little announcement and let you know when we have that open, but it's the one rail car up in front of us. She'll be there to take care of all of you. And my name is August. I'll be your server, your tour guide, giving you some information about the route, telling you where all the wonderful picture opportunities are, those kinds of fun things. But the three of us, Cheryl, Ray, myself, again, my name is August, we'll be the team taking care of you into Glenwood tonight and out to Denver tomorrow. Now, some of the highlights we have to look forward to today. As we go on here, we're going to roll through this kind of cowboy country, desert land area through eastern Utah, go through the beautiful crimson Redrocks, Ruby Canyon, down past the agricultural region of Colorado through the Grand Valley. And then the last hour and a half of our trip this evening, we'll start to slowly see some of the foothills of the Rocky Mountains come into view. There's still a little bit of snow left out here on these lower parts of the mountain before we get into Glenwood tonight. Now, do you know what's even more exciting than the team that's going to be taking care of you and the highlights of our day today? Safety announcements. I will go over to offer you something to drink if you like, and we'll start our journey into Glenwood this evening. But anyway, welcome aboard, and let's have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ray, as we said. I am your culinary host. I'll be the one taking care of you guys for the next couple days on our way back to Denver. Right off the bat today, I have a little order for you guys, just to hold you over until dinner service later on tonight around 5 or 5:30. I'll be serving you guys some tamale pies here very shortly, filled with corn and black beans. It is drizzled with a lime crema, pickled onions, and some cilantro on top. We serve it with a red cabbage, also has black beans and corn in it. So it'll be a good little starter, and then later on tonight you'll have a choice of a superfood salmon salad or a boneless pork rib. So yeah, decide what you'd like, and later on I'll come by and get your order. So let's get started. Enjoy the ride.
Available the journey at any point. So just take a look at that. Think about what you might like, and then I'll be by here in just a moment to something to drink.
And then tomorrow we're transported into that beautiful alpine environment.
Pronghorn on the right.
Pronghorn on the right over here, with the little white butt over there. August will tell you a little bit about those in just a few minutes. They're very unique animals.
You can still see one of them. He's drifting back. He's at about 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock. We'll probably see plenty more.
Yeah.
Right.
It's unusual to see just a few. Usually,
So you'll see me running up and down the aisles throughout your journey. If you have any questions at all, please feel free
But
to
I
ask.
have noticed
And then
that
in just a moment
the
here,
ones
I'm
that
going
have
to
cubs
introduce you
or
to
have
Evan, our
calves,
guest service
they're in
manager, who will
smaller
be joining you
groups too.
as
Oh,
well.
how are we doing? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself as well. My name is Evan. I'm your onboard guest service manager. And just like Zach and your hosts here in the car, I am here to make sure that you are content and happy. If there's anything I can do to help you, if you have any questions or comments, I am here to receive those. So I'm going to come around after your snack, introduce myself personally. I just wanted to take a moment and say hello to you and welcome you to the Rocky Mountaineer. Thank you very much.
Now that we are off and running, I thought I'd come out and tell you a little bit about the route that we're traveling along today. So right now we're sitting on a spur line. This was built in the 1950s to bring minerals out of Moab, mainly uranium as well as potash. Now does the name Charlie Steen ring a bell? You heard about Charlie Steen the last couple of days around Moab? Very good. So I don't want to jump right into him, but I will tell another story to you about Charlie Steen. We're going to go through our second ghost town today, called Cisco. We'll wait on that one for a little bit. But this spur line at a couple miles will turn onto the Denver and Rio Grande main line. This Denver and Rio Grande line is built in the 1880s, so it'll take us all the way into Glenwood tonight and part of the day tomorrow. Now tomorrow we'll be on 3 different rail lines, but we'll get into that history a little bit later. Now I know that some of you have had a chance to pull out this big red map. So on the map, there are a lot of highlights along the route that are marked. I will actually talk about the highlights and plenty of other stuff. Don't worry, I can talk for days. But you'll notice that there's a number next to a lot of the highlights. That number is the mile markers. So we have mile markers along our rail line, just like our highways. They're not going to be every single mile. You'll see them on these stakes with a white sign and black numbers on either side of the rail car. They just kind of pop up intermittently. And so if you'd like to follow along with the route, you can look for the mile markers, and that'll give you an indication of where we are in the journey. We should just be around mile marker 6 or 8 or so. So we have about 8 miles until we get to the main line, and then we will turn onto the main line, and that'll be mile marker 533, and take us into Glenwood tonight at 360. Everything's pretty special out here. Now with a lot of my commentary, I really like to focus on the people who live down here in the West, and I like to kind of talk about what their lifestyles were like, who they were, and what's really been special for me with learning about this journey is that there were very specific people that helped build this route, helped build the towns along the routes, and put that here. So I like to talk about their life stories. Now I absolutely will kind of intersperse some geology, some wildlife, some current events in there, but if there's anything specific that you want to learn about, just let me know, and I will try to kind of tailor the commentary a little bit. Now, if there's something I don't know, which it doesn't happen very often, but if you have a question that might stump me, you'll probably get a very creative answer. No. We have a great team on board. If there really is something that's out of my area of expertise, I can radio around and we'll find the right answer for you. So for now, though, we'll just have a few more miles and we'll turn up onto the main line, and that'll take us back out east and head in towards Glenwood. What was the Just as we make this turn here over on the left-hand side, like I said, that is the Denver Rio Grande main line built in the 1880s. So we will jump onto the main line here and start heading back east into Glenwood Springs. Now this facility just passed by on our left-hand side is kind of left over from those uranium mining days of the mid-1900s here. So at the end of uranium mining in the 1970s, 1980s, all these mines closed up shop and they left a lot of the tailings out in the open. The tailings are the leftover dirt. So one of these mines is just about 2 miles north of downtown in Moab. It's right next to the Colorado River. So the fear was the rain would run through, pick up the tailings, roll into the river. Now the river supplies drinking water to 40 million Americans throughout the Southwest. It's over 10% of the U.S. population. We don't want that to get contaminated. So in 2004, the cleanup effort began to clean up those tailing sites. They put the tailings into the rail cars, drive the rail cars up here, and then drop the dirt off into a pit they have just about a quarter mile to the north. Now this interesting little machine up here just coming into view. That's takes up the rail cars off the train, drops it onto a truck bed. The truck drives off into the desert, gets rid of the contents, and then brings the empty rail car back onto the train. They've just been repeating the process back and forth since 2004, and hopefully the estimate is to have that cleaned up by 2025 here in just a couple years. Final seats as well. And then, so let's see, just about another mile ahead of us, we're coming up to our first of 2 ghost towns that we're going to pass through here in Utah. Now this first ghost town is the town of Thompson Springs. And Thompson Springs was founded in the 1880s as a rail depot. This is for the trains to stop off and kind of get an idea in the name of the town as Thompson Springs. There's a spring here. The old steam locomotives would stop and refuel, get some water on board. Now, in the 1950s, we transitioned from these steam locomotives into these diesel locomotives, so they could go much further than need to stop as much. And so that's when this town turned into a bit of a ghost town. It was 1950s. Now today, no more than 10 or 15 people live there at a time. Most people work in the tourism industry down in Moab. As well, you see a lot of camper vans. It's all public vans out here. And so people will stop off and park for a night or two and then continue on their road trips. Now this is the Old West, right? We need a good old cowboy story, right? So I have a bank robbery story for you here about Thompson Springs, kind of Moab and Thompson Springs. So it's 1904. These 2 gentlemen come sauntering into the Moab bank, put a gun to the teller's head, and say, "Give us all the cash you have." With the gun to their head, the teller decides to give them all the cash they have, puts them in the bag, gives the cash in the bag to the robbers, the outlaws. They go hightail it out of Moab. They're going to go hide out in the Book Cliffs over here. A lot of nooks and crannies and side canyons they can go hide out with the sheriff for a couple weeks. Before they ran off into the desert, though, they decided to stop at Thompson Springs and load up on some supplies. And so they stopped at Thompson Springs and ran off into the desert. So the sheriff was able to track them down, went into the town of Thompson Springs, asked them where they went, and they all pointed off into the desert. So the sheriff, looking at the wilderness out in front of him, was able to very quickly track down these men using their footsteps in the dirt. They weren't very smart outlaws. But quickly the sheriff tracked them down, apprehended the men, brought them back into town, put them in the jail, and gave the money back to the bank. Now the bank wanted to make sure they were whole, had all their cash. 2 or 3 times they kept counting the cash and they kept getting the wrong number. They couldn't figure out what was going on. They had $30 extra. So I promised you another ghost town. So a couple miles ahead of us, we're going to pass through Cisco. And a lot of fun stuff here about Cisco. So 1880s, again, this is where the town was founded. It was founded as a rail depot, much like Thompson Springs, but for a little bit different reason. It was founded for all the sheep herders in the area. They load the sheep onto the train and send them out to the markets. But by the mid-1900s, Cisco had first this. I'm going to talk about Cisco before we get up there so we can just enjoy the sights of the town as we go by. It goes by in the blink of an eye, so I want to make sure we can hear about it first before we see the town. So again, it was a sheep herder area in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Mid 1900s is when it was where a lot of the uranium prospectors lived. Charlie Steen being one of them. Charlie Steen lived in Cisco before he made it big, and moved to what's now the Sunset Grill. If it's familiar, it's a restaurant now, his old house. But it had a bit of an there are two reasons why Cisco turned into a ghost town. So for one, the construction of I-70 in the 1970s, as a lot of freight was being moved along the highway instead of along the rails. As well, that was when the uranium miners, the uranium stopped being mined, and so the town kind of fell apart. More recently, though, an artist out of Chicago in 2018 bought the land and turned it into a little artist community. So that's what we'll see as we go by. Some neat little art installations, and as well as the camper vans where the artists are living. But going back a little bit, in the 1950s, Cisco was the host to a very famous guest. And the story goes, this gentleman steps out in his big old black Cadillac, and town gathers around. Who the heck's driving a black Cadillac around here? Sure enough, it's Johnny Cash. So ended up, Johnny Cash was so well received in the town, loved it so much, that he ended up writing a song about Cisco called Cisco Clifton's Filling Station. Now don't worry, I'm not going to sing it for you. I don't have Johnny Cash's voice, but I would like to play Cisco Clifton's Filling Station. He's very deliberate about what he's singing about, so pay attention to the words. He's going to be singing about the decline of the town with the construction of I-70. But I guess I left it a little bit late here, but it should be finishing up just about the time that we pass by the town. It'll be over on the right-hand side. Part of the Rocky Mountains. So the rest of today and a good part of the journey tomorrow, this will be the only river we follow along. So really watch the river. You can see how it changes as we pass all the tributaries going upstream. The river will just get smaller and smaller and smaller. And once we pass through this red rock country, the river is going to change colors too. It's going to lighten up. It'll turn a kind of light brown color, and then it'll get pretty clear when we get up to the headwaters tomorrow. So it's just a really amazing journey that we're going to take along this river that's so vital to the life and a lot of economy out here in the Southwest. I'll probably reiterate this stat once or twice, but again, this river supplies drinking water to 40 million Americans throughout the Southwest, and which is over 10% of the U.S. population. It fills Lake Mead and Lake Powell, carves through the Grand Canyon, and then provides all the water for the farmers and their agriculture out in California. We're just coming up to the state line in a few minutes. We will slow the train down a little bit, and it'll be on the left-hand side. Big, bold, white letters, Utah and Colorado. Before we get there, there are these interesting Native American artifacts we'll pass by just a few seconds before we get to the state line. So we're going to talk about that before we get up that way. So we're going to pass by these footholds that the Native Americans carved out. They're called the Moki Steps, M-O-K-I, Moki Steps. And these were how the Native Americans traversed between all their dwellings on top of the cliffs, the fertile grounds down by the river. One other thing I want to point out is we have a good spot. Directly on the left-hand side, look up on that mesa there. Look how dry it is. There's no brush growing. There's no grass. All the beautiful plants you see here on the right-hand side are all just because of the groundwater through the river kind of percolates and allows the brush to grow. This is a desert out here. All this brush and greenery is just because of the river. You get on top of these mesas, you don't get any rainwater up there, and so it's just very dry and arid, and it's very difficult for life to grow out here. Back to these Moki Steps, we're very quickly approaching them. We'll see them on the left-hand side. There are two examples of the Moki Steps, one just before the state line, and one just after. I will say the line before, the steps just before the state line, much more visible. So if you're looking to get a shot of those, you see it here on the left. Just a couple seconds. Alright, we're slowing down a little bit. Here on the left-hand side, I'm starting to see the steps come into view. Just here on the left, there they are, going up the side of the Grand Canyon. And they're estimated to be somewhere between 500 and 1,000 years old. Native Americans were living through here. and use those steps. There is our state line. And welcome to Colorado. Woo! Utes. At home, Colorado. Where do you live? Up in
This is a lot like the sandstone in the Moab area.
Yep, same geological formations, same time periods that these are all formed. On top of all these very beautiful views, it's really privileged sites we're getting. The only access to the canyon, if you look around, there are no roads, there are no trails. The only access is either by the river or by the rail line. Just a few lucky raptor tickets come through here, free traffic, Amtrak, and now the Rocky Mountaineer, but no one else has the windows we do. This sandstone is very soft and brittle. We get these really interesting geological formations. We'll see some spires, and we don't get to see any arches. There are a few arches in formation. You can see them over on the right-hand side. If you would like to see these arches fully formed, you're welcome to come back in a few tens of thousands of years. Rocky Mountaineer, we are taking bookings, pretty good discounts in as years in advance.
As we come to the end of our first segment of the trip, you'll notice these amazing red rocks on the left side of it. There's a reason this is called From the Redrocks to the Rockies. If you look down and your subscribe button is red, that is an emergency alert from YouTube telling you you're not subscribed to the channel. You'll want to subscribe so you don't miss any of the rest of these videos. Also, if you got value out of it, if you liked what you saw, do me a favor, hit the like button, because what that will do is get YouTube to share it with more people so that they can see it as well. And finally, again, let me know in the comments, is this a trip you'd enjoy or a trip you wouldn't enjoy? We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.